Hi, guys. Welcome back. I am your famous, friendly, family favorite fantasy football guy, and I am going to go over this week's London game, the Sunday morning. It's a 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time game, and it's going to be my Broncos at the New York Jets, but it's being played in London, so I'm not really sure that gives either team an advantage. I'm sure somehow it might, but with that said, we are going to break this game down. And actually, you know what? Before I do that, I just want to say I faded Scattaboo last night, guys, and I am regretting it. It's hard when you don't play a guy because you think, oh, even though you think he's going to get points, you don't know that he'll get as many points as the other guys that you like better. And that was not the case. I knew he was going to get points. I had no idea he was going to have 3 rushing touchdowns, and just did not see that game going that way. I really didn't. But it was fun. It was fun to watch, minus the aggravation every time Scattaboo got the ball in his hands. Um, I did 2 lineups. I had Humphrey in one, so that was working out well for me because he got some points, and he was a cheap option, and I played Wandale Robinson on one of them, and that one was going good. They were both doing decent for the majority of the game until that third touchdown, guys. And that was when it was really frustrating. And I say the third touchdown, I mean by Scattaboo. Um, and yeah, guys, I apologize. I don't have a recording studio. I am literally in my car making this video right now, and a big truck or something just drove by making a lot of noise, and I apologize for that. But let's go ahead and get started. So, Bo Nix, probably going to be one of the highest scorers this week, if not the highest, guys. Jets are 23rd against the quarterback, 13th against the pass. However, they are 27th against the rush, which, as you know, I like to point out that takes pressure off of the quarterback from having to pass as much. And now you guys can hear that car honking at, at that other car. My apologies, guys. Um, yeah. So someone started to pull out. The other guy got mad. Yeah. Um, okay. So yeah, it's going to take the pressure off of Bo Nix from having to pass. But that's going to make the passes that he does make, I think, count more because they're not going to be expecting a pass every single play. Um, Now on this next one here, we got Justin Fields, and I have been liking Justin Fields a lot. You guys know that I've been playing him like seems like every week I've played him, but look what he's done every week. He's averaged 22.1 fantasy points a game. He only had that one game with 8 points. But the Broncos this week are 4th against the quarterback and 8th against the pass. And I will say Justin Fields didn't look very good last week until the game was near its end and they were getting, I guess, what appeared to me as those garbage time points. Now, a lot of times what happens is the defenses will change up at the end because they've already got a big lead. And it actually somewhat makes it easier for the offenses to score, I think, but it's just, yeah, it just getting a little technical, but not that I'm a super technical football guy, but yeah, it happens. So Garrett Wilson also just been an absolute stud this year, averaging 19 points a game. The Broncos are 5th against the wide receiver, 8th against the pass. And I guess I never really finished breaking down Justin Fields, but I'll break them down together. These guys, I think, because of what some teams were able to do passing against the Broncos, I feel like they could still do well in this game, but I hate their matchup. And I personally don't expect them to do that well this week because I think the Broncos defense is going to handle them. But like we said before, the game is in London. It's not in Denver, so that could change things a little bit. And also, there have been teams that have gotten points on Denver, even though their defense looks pretty good this year. I don't like their matchups. I think I'm going to fade on them. I think out of all three of those guys, I would like Bo Nix as my captain more than any of them, for sure. Now we have Cortland Sutton. Cortland Sutton has averaged 16.7 points a game, guys, fantasy points. I always like to clarify that. The Jets are 14th against the wide receiver, 27th against that rush, and 13th against the pass. So we already broke that down, but I like Cortland Sutton here. I don't love Cortland Sutton here. But I expect him to get somewhere probably close to that average, that 16.7 average. That's kind of what I expect for him. Breece Hall, last week, 21.5 fantasy points. He's averaged 14.4 a game. But the Broncos are 5th against the rush. They're 11th against the running back. I don't expect him to get more than his average. I don't. So I don't think I'll be playing Hall there. I don't blame you if you do. J.K. Dobbins, however, I am definitely going to be playing J.K. Dobbins in this game as a showdown. And I might even make him my captain this week. The Jets are 27th against the rush. They're 24th against the running back. And, yeah, I just think he looks good here. He's been playing well. I feel like he hasn't played, like, great. You know, I don't feel like he's had, like, a super great week. But he's been averaging 15.1 a game, and it's almost spot on. I mean, it's pretty stinking close to 15 every game. So I think this week could be the game that he gets 20 points plus. I'm hoping, but I think I thought that last week. Troy Franklin, don't love him here. He's only had the one game above. What? How's he averaging? He had a 9.5 game, 8.5. Oh, okay. I didn't see the 24-point game in there, guys. I was trying to figure out how his average was 10.6 a game when he hadn't even scored 10 points in a game. But he did. Week 2, he had 24 points against Indianapolis. Jets are 14th against the wide receiver, as we said before. And I think the bulk of it's going to go to Sutton. Franklin will get some points. I don't want to eat my words, but I don't think he's getting more than 12 points in this game. But 12 points can help in a showdown, so do with it what you want. Evan Ingram, guys, 13.3 points last week. He's only averaged 6.9 a game. But the Jets are 31st against the tight end. This is a spot where Evan Ingram should do well. And I believe last week was too, and he did do well last week. 13.3 points, not bad from a tight end. 4 receptions on 6 targets. Previous week, before that, week 4, he had 7 targets and 4 receptions. Last week he had a touchdown. I like Evan Ingram here. I don't mind you playing him at all. I guess this is showing the salary as if we were playing him as a captain. So I was going to say I wish his salary was lower, but it's actually not that bad. Broncos defense, definitely would not blame me for playing them here. They've averaged 8 fantasy points a game. The Jets are 26th against the defense, and I could see them getting some sacks in this game. They've got 21 sacks on the season. Only 1 interception, 3 defensive fumble recoveries, 0 touchdowns, but they got 21 sacks. That's not bad. So I expect them to get some sacks in this game. I do. Tight end, Mason Taylor for the Jets. Last week he did well. He did very well. 17.7 points. The week before, 11.5. He's averaged 7.9, but the Broncos are 8th against the tight end. I don't love it. I just don't love it. Will Lutz has averaged 6.8 a game. Last week he got 9. Week 3 he got 9. And the Jets are 32nd against the kicker. I like him. I think that's a play you could go with. But I do expect him to get more touchdowns. So I don't know that I expect him to get more than like 8 to 10 points, but you could play him for sure. Nick Folk, kicker for the Jets. I think it looks good here too. He's averaged 8.8 a game as well. Broncos are 25th against the kicker. I do think the Jets will probably have to kick some field goals or attempt them in this game. Week 3, he had 10 points. Week 4, he had 11. Last week, he had 7. I like Nick Folk as a play here. I do. Yeah. RJ Harvey, he's averaged 8.3 a game. He had 4 attempts last week, 2 in week 3. He had 14 in week 4. So I'm trying to figure out why they used him so heavily there, not the other weeks. But reception-wise, guys, he's had a reception in every game this year. Week 4, he had 5 targets, excuse me. He had a target in every game this year and a reception in every game. So, he had 4 receptions in week 4. So, yeah, I could see you playing RJ Harvey. I got no problem with it here. I guess I'll look at Isaiah Davis. I don't think he's worth playing here. He's definitely not. I mean, we already looked at Breece Hall, and I didn't love his matchup. So, yeah, I want to go with him. He's in for Allen, I believe, because Allen is hurt. Looking at Josh Reynolds, used to be a Broncos. If you want to call this a revenge game, I don't think it's much of a revenge game for him. But he got 7.9 points last week, averaged 3.9 a game. They might use him a little bit. I doubt it. I doubt they'll use him a lot, I guess is what I'm saying. They might use him a little. I don't think he's going to be much of a factor in this game. Marvin Mims Jr. last week didn't do a whole lot, but week 4 he had 20.5 fantasy points, averaging 7.9. I think Marvin Mims is a good cheap option here. No way would I play the Jets defense this week. Don't probably care to play Ruckert, but you could give it a go if you wanted to. Troutman, sometimes the Broncos have used Troutman, guys, so I wouldn't completely rule him out, but I wouldn't expect a whole lot from him. With that said, those are the guys that I like this week. There's not really much down below that I like a whole lot. Let's try Dobbins as the captain this week and go Knicks. Let's go Sutton. Just for the matchup, maybe let's go Evan Ingram. I feel like Troy Franklin could outscore him, but I also like the Broncos defense, and I like both kickers. I could see me doing a lineup with both kickers this week, guys. For fun, I'll do the Broncos defense, but I don't know that I'm actually going to play them. That actually would not leave me in with enough for a kicker, but it would let me do Marvin Mims. So I like this lineup, guys. I could see it being chalky. It's a showdown match, so I could see a lot of people using this lineup, but there's only so many ways you can change them, Anyways, I appreciate you guys watching. If you would like to subscribe to my channel, then please do. But if not, then no worries. And I hope you have a good one. Anyways, I hope you all have a good one. And I hope your matchup goes well for London, the London game. And I hope that you also watch my next video on the main slate, which will be upcoming here soon. So thank you guys. Have a good one.